For round 15 in the career modes, we come to Malaysia. This track, well, currently I have a 38-point lead over Hamilton, so it's going to take some serious bottling if I lose this championship. But yeah, you can see, taking the first corner, and I actually lost quite a lot of time, and I'm down to 17th place. So, I mean, if I qualify in this position, I'm sure going to give him a lot of points to close in. But you can see I'm up into 8th now, closing back with that Ferrari downforce and quite a lot of drivers. I'm into 7th, slight corner cut there. We're still in 7th place, but you can see Hamilton, I think the Mercedes have got an upgrade because they're well ahead. You can see Hamilton about 2-3 seconds ahead of us already, and we haven't even finished the lap. So we're currently hovering between 7th and 8th. Actually, I think we're up to 6th now, so looks like we're going to qualify P6. So probably behind the 2 Red Bulls. But you can see Mercedes, I think, yeah, Hamilton takes pole. I think Bottas will line up alongside him. So yeah, it's a 1-2 for Mercedes, and Hamilton takes pole by 5 tenths. So that's quite unprecedented. You can see at the bottom the Saubers, as always. So we load now. Here we go, we're going to hold the clutch as we get ready. 5 lights are out and away we go. We get quite a good start. Verstappen bogs down, so we're up into 5th. We're going to pull alongside Daniel Ricciardo. We're going to go up to 4th, but we're going to run wide. That's going to allow Felipe Massa try to get us, and we're actually going to have to try to hang it around Massa. Massa's going to shove us off a bit, and oh, we've been hit. We've been spun. I think Massa squeezed us a bit, and we were forced to take onto the grass, and then we came back on the track, and then we just hit his side pod and then we went spinning. So now we're down to 17th, so we're going to get Stroll, we're going to get Palmer, so we've already got 2 positions. We're going to try to get Magnussen now, 3 positions, 4 positions in 2 corners, and this is how I'm going to try to make a comeback. We're up into 13th now, after being 17th 2 corners ago. Okay, this is really crucial now. I really need to try to minimise this points loss over the top runners. You can see they've already got quite a big gap. You see Hamilton in the lead. I think Raikkonen's in 2nd, so he's managed to get up into 2nd. So the Mercedes surely will probably come back at them, considering they've got lots of upgrades, and it's probably going to be this way towards the end of the season. I mean, we know that Mercedes have better in-season development than us, so I mean, it's just going to be points, trying to reduce the points loss for the last few races. And yeah, I mean, I finally found the files in order to buff the AI and the mods, so I'm back down to Legend AI, and you can see it's visually faster, but we're going to go up the inside of Van Dorn, and we're up into 11th. So we made quite a good comeback from lap 1. We're in lap 2 already, and we're nearly in the points. So, I mean, if we can catch up to the Red Bulls, I think P4 is still on the cards, but we run wide, and Van Dorn's going to nip it up the inside. He's going to squeeze us a bit, but we still managed to hold it round the outside, and he has to check off a bit, and then our straight line speed over the McLaren Honda will power us through. So here we go now, down the straight. Still in 11th place as we head on to lap 3. DRS enabled. We're going to have to close in on Kvyat now because we're quite a bit behind him, and Van Dorn isn't far behind us. So, I mean, we're going to have to be careful here. So, here we go. Going green, so we're definitely going much faster than we were last lap. Haven't actually been held up in the first sector, which is a first. Closing in through that corner, and we got a good run, and we're going to go up the inside of Kvyat. So, we're up into 10th place. We're into the points, and then Grosjean also quite close. We're going to try to go around the outside. He's going to cover us off quite aggressively. Could have been an accident there if I hadn't back out of that. You can see, though, got a bad run, and that's going to allow Kvyat to close in on us. And so, surely with the DRS, we'll be able to close in on Grosjean. Ferrari, of course, quite a big, a bit better engine. Of course, Haas is the Ferrari B team, so not quite as good an engine as the Ferrari. I think they've got one of the older Ferrari engines. You can see Kvyat's actually going to try to come back on Grosjean, but Grosjean's going to defend there. You can see now we're in 9th place, and you got Hulkenberg up ahead. He's doing really well for the Renault. And then you can also see up ahead of him, I think that is Alonso. So Alonso really pushing the McLaren Honda forward. And I think McLaren have finally had an engine upgrade. Because, I mean, there's no way Alonso can be P7 with the respect as of last round. And so actually they did do quite well in Singapore last round. Of course, that track suiting the McLaren Honda quite well. Even so, we're closing in on Hulkenberg now. We're going to be in his DRS. We're going to be able to perform a move. No, we're just going to hang back for now, but on the second DRS straight, we tried to get a good run, and we're closer than ever, so we're going to probably be able to make a pop up the inside, but we're still not closing on the Renault engine, so Hulkenberg is keeping his position. He might be running low aero, because there's no way that with DRS and slipstream, we'll be able to not overtake the Renault, so that's a bit It's a bit odd, but he may have got the DRS of Alonso in front of him, though, so that might explain it. You can see, though, closing in through that corner, the AI don't seem to be that good on that corner, running wide, and it just allows us to close in ever so slightly. Again, we're trying to pull off the same move we did on Romain Grosjean, but again, we're shut off by the AI. They don't want to be taken on that corner, it seems. We run wide there. We're going to lose a bit of time to Hulkenberg, but again, second time lucky, we're going to take the DRS again, and we're going to actually make the move this time. We didn't last lap, and still we have to hang back, so again, we're going to have to try to use the DRS there, but this time we're closer than we were last lap, and he's a bit further away than Alonso. We're going to make a pop up the inside. We go a bit deep, but Hulkenberg can't get the switch back, and we're up into 8th place. You can see Alonso up ahead. He's in 7th. Massa in 6th. So Massa's doing really well, and I mean, if he keeps this up, I think Stroll's down in 15th. He will overtake Stroll for P7 in the championship, but I mean, the Williams have been best of the rest ever since the season began, so yeah, it just seems that they just can't be touched by the other midfield runners. You see Alonso, though, up ahead. I'm trying to chase them down still, and we've got the DRS. Flicking, well, we're going to have to put it down into lean mix, actually, to save fuel, and actually we're meant to come into the pit stop like that, but as we're actually so far behind the leaders, we may as well actually stay out, use the clean air, and see if we can do the overcut. Because actually we can't seem to get past Alonso and Massa right now, as much as we try. And I mean, Hulkenberg isn't really dropping off as much as I thought he would, but you can see Alonso really pressuring Massa. I'm pressuring the pair of them, but I just can't find a way past. And running wide's not going to help. We run wide just like the AI do, and we lose the back end, and Hulkenberg actually isn't far behind us. So right now we're really stuck in this train, and I think we're 17 odd seconds behind the leaders. So I mean, the Red Bulls aren't too far up the road, so still P4 is probably on the cards, but I mean, if we keep getting stuck behind these guys, we're definitely going to be losing a lot of time to Hamilton in the championship standings. So this time they're actually going to peel off into the pits. So this is my lap to shine. Can I do the overcut on these two? You can see Kimi Räikkönen's in the pits. I think Hamilton is as well as one of the Red Bulls. So quite a lot of people pitting that lap. We're going to pit the next lap, and we're going to see where we come out in relation to Alonso and Massa. But running wide's not going to help. We clatter the wall, and that's going to lose us a bit of time. But I think we've done a good enough outlap, and I think they're on the hard. So I think our soft tyres should have made us a bit faster. You can see Van Dorn actually. He's actually not too far behind us, so he actually might jump them because they're nowhere to be seen as we exit the pit lane, and we're actually up into 6th place. Massively cut on a bit later. We've actually managed to catch up to the Red Bulls, so it's been quite good. On our medium tyres, we've been able to reel them in on their hard tyres. So we're going to be closing in on Daniel Ricciardo now with a few laps to go, so actually it looks like we will be able to get 4th place, even so actually, I'm actually not sure because you see we've actually pitted onto the mediums, as I've said, and I don't think anyone else has done the soft-medium strategy, which is making me beginning to worry. Maybe I should have actually used the hard tyres, because I don't know if it's a legal requirement. So we're going to probably see going on to the next lap. But right now, I just have to bury my head in my driving and just try to see if I can overtake Verstappen for 4th place. And just hope that I don't actually have to do an extra pit stop, because I haven't used the hard tyres. So this is actually beginning to cause quite a bit of worry for me, because actually right now I think my pits rejoin is about 8th place, so that will really lose me a lot of points if this is the case. But you can see closing in on Verstappen, we're probably going to try to make a move up into 4th place. We're going up the inside of him, and yes, we are going to be up into 4th place. As we come down this long DRS straight, we're going to see now if we have to actually make the extra pit stop onto hard tyres, or if the game will actually allow me to do the soft medium strategy. And actually no, it says we have to pit onto hard tyres, so coming on to the next lap, we actually run right on our pit entry. We go into the gravel, we get a warning for exceeding track limits, and we have to pit again. So it's not going to be good. And you can see running wide, I think we were going to rejoin just ahead of Massa. But now, especially after running wide, I don't think we will. As you can see, Massa and Van Dorn coming past, and actually even Sainz going to come past. We're going to try to get Sainz, but no, he's actually got us. We're down into 9th place. So making that extra pit stop has really hindered us. We're going to see if we can get 7th though, but we've only got 1 lap to go. We've got up the inside of Sainz. Now we're going to have to chase down Van Dorn and Massa up ahead. They're about 3 seconds down the road. And it's going to be hard to catch them by the end, but you can see just the amount of downforce we have over the guys ahead. And we're closing them in really rapidly. We might still be able to get 6th yet, even so. We only actually have a few corners to go, and you can see that Massa's probably just out of touching range. We'll be able to get Van Dorn. We cut on to the final straight. We're going to try to go around his outside. He's going to leave us just about enough room. We're going to go around the outside, and we're going to get the traction on the fresher tyres, and we're going to be up into 7th place. A disappointing result, and we're going to lose a lot of points in our championship fight. But I mean, considering I got spun out on the first corner, and of course I had to make that extra pit stop, even after I come back into 4th. 7th is probably the best I could have got. I mean, it's a shame I didn't know beforehand that the hard was the mandatory tyre, but, I mean, yeah. It's easy to say in hindsight, but you can see on the podium, the Mercedes get 1-2, so they're going to be closing in on us in the Constructors' Championship. Raikkonen gets 3rd for Ferrari. 2 Red Bulls coming 4th and 5th. You can see there, Massa just about pips us. We managed to get Van Dorn, though. Sainz and Kvyat doing really well for Toro Rosso in 9th and 10th. And then you can see the other results down the field. Hulkenberg actually managed, I forgot to mention, Hulkenberg actually retired. He was in a really good P8, and then he actually retired that round, which wasn't that good. You can see in the Drivers' Championships, Hamilton closes me down a bit. And you can see that in terms of the Constructors, Mercedes definitely closing down Ferrari. Valtteri Bottas pulls his lead over Raikkonen, and you can see down the field, Massa's actually best of the rest in 7th place ahead of his teammate Stroll. You can see McLaren close in on Haas, and Toro Rosso actually have a good point all there. But that will be it from episode 15. Join us for more.